sisters,
There we
keep
go.
your faith and keep praying. That's always. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Um, yeah, I'll be fine. I always bounce back. What happens when you're fat? Uh, that was a joke. But
No, it's a fact. Like I mean, I deal with it
tough
on a
room.
daily basis.
Tough room. You're not fat. What the?
I'm definitely fat. Maybe not FAT fat, but like I'm definitely PHAT fat. Motherfucker, I got 14 mirrors in my house. I've seen what I look like. I'd be banging from like here down in the right light from the right angle with like the right mind altering substances like to alter my mind. I'd look banging. So I'm definitely fat.
I mean, I guess when you're a coke and meth head, mirrors are important. So
I
that
wouldn't
makes
know.
sense.
I don't
I
do
mean, I think
drugs.
you know. Dude,
Why? Do you have some?
in Soviet Russia, drugs do you.
Nah, that was never the case. I did the shit out of drugs. Drugs never did me. Like
Drugs
I,
do
I,
me. Drugs
I did
sure did.
things whether or not I was high. I would have done them even if I wasn't on drugs. I was.
Oh, no, not me. I did
I
things.
accept responsibility for my own actions. I do not blame them on other things like
I'm not
drugs.
blaming them on the substances. I did the thing, but the drugs didn't help. Like,
They
if I
didn't. They
had,
didn't. They didn't make
had
you
I
where you
not,
did them either, though. You'd have done them whether or not
had
the
I not,
drugs were
no, no,
there.
no. I would not have woke up under a car had I been sober. I would not have woke up in a lawn chair at 4:30 in the morning in front of a bar in downtown Boise
But how
had
do
I
you
not
know
been.
that waking up in those situations didn't help you 10 years down the road because you woke up in that situation?
It doesn't
You
matter
avoided a
if
situation down here. So, like, these little things that you think are so bad at the time really aren't bad. They're just hindrances at the
whether they're
moment that work out better.
whether the outcome, regardless of the outcome of the situation, the act itself would not have happened had I not been under the influence.
Do you
Because
know how many times I've woken up in those situations without any drugs or alcohol?
well,
A
that's
lot.
because you're a moron. I, on the other hand, wouldn't do that.
Facts.
I don't do those things. So, like, sober, I don't do shit like that. But, when you're dumb, you're dumb. So,
What was your addiction or your fix? No, I've done some dumb shit when I was in my addiction too. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be sitting here
what,
bullshitting right now, but
what was your question?
what was your vice? Like, what was your addiction?
Well, it started with alcohol. My dad gave me my first drink when I was 14. It was Halloween, and I had a baby bottle, because like the baby thing was a big craze when I was in high school. So I was 14, and I had a baby bottle, and he filled it up with strawberry schnapps and sent me off. So I drank the whole thing. I came back sloshed, and I drank from then on. And then when I was
Huh?
25, I discovered opiates, and so then I
You
did.
discovered them?
Yeah,
Let's go.
I didn't discover opiates until I was older, and of course there was marijuana, but that doesn't count.
Hmm,
So then when I was
that doesn't
25,
count.
I discovered opiates, and then from then until um, probably shit. When did I go? I went to rehab in 2008, and then I was clean for a little while, and then I relapsed and went back to rehab in 2016. So yeah, it's been off and on. So like there was opiates, and then like heroin, and then pills like opiates, and and then alcohol has always been kind of a steady thing. And then
Hold on. Did you just say you did heroin?
And these are
yeah,
things these are things that negatively impacted your life, right? Like you didn't just drink, like they negatively impacted you. Okay.
yes. In 2005, I got divorced from my first husband, and I moved from his mother's house to Boise on my own. And I spent that entire year drunk. I spent all my money on alcohol. I spent bill money, rent money. That's when I woke up in these horrible places. I woke up with people that I didn't know. I was doing bad things. So when I came to Florida, I kept drinking, but then I got help, and so it's very spotty. Um, but before I started drinking, this time I had over a decade without alcohol.
Nice.
Yeah, never go to rehab for benzodiazepines. Actually, that's what I was in detox for. I was coming down off of benzos and alcohol. Benzo withdrawals. I would rather.
Benzos are crazy.
Benzos are awful. So when I came off of the heroin, I withdrew at home on my own with no help. When I came down off of the benzos, I was in detox. Medically assisted detox off of benzos was 10 times worse than no assistance coming off of heroin. It was awful. I would rather do that 20 million times over than come off of benzos again. It was terrible. I was taking so much vitamin that
Hmm.
I had no idea. And that's when I fell and broke my nose, if you guys
And
remember.
it's crazy. Benzos were made by people and manufactured by the government, and heroin was by somebody else hundreds of years ago, and it, is not made by the government type shit. And it's crazy. The
Yeah,
stuff that's made
well,
by the government way worse than the drugs, because benzos are just pharmaceutical pills.
well,
I've seen
if
friends
you
that have
really
had
think
to
about
kick
it,
the even alcohol.
yeah,
Like coming off of alcohol is worse than coming off of some hard drugs. Like if you've been drinking for like 10, 15, 20 years and you come off of alcohol, you could
yeah,
die. Like literally die. It's not like coming off heroin where like you're sick for a few weeks and like, you get over it. Like
Banjo
so
Benzo
alcohol
was
is
still drug. I'm still not the same. So yeah, benzo coming off of benzo sucks. And I'm still like I still have some of the effects of coming off of the H because like the restlessness, I still suffer from restlessness. I still have the sneezing fits. It's terrible. And this is freaking 8.5 years ago that I went through that. So it's awful. I would not recommend it. And
Oh no, like I get it because I've been sober off meth for like 4.5, almost 5 years, right? And I have moments like where like my ditzy, forgetful, hyper spazziness gets so bad without it that like I stop and I'm like, damn man, I'm fucking sitting here acting like a fucking addict in the middle of a fucking addiction, and I was like, I haven't even done anything just because that's how my mind is like wired like at this point in my life, and it's like fuck. So I mean I get
yeah,
it.
yeah, I mean, and in the chat, like Benny that says I was on benzos for over 20 years. I've been I've been taking. My parents had me on lithium at 11, and so I've been on lithium off and on since I was 11 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
Prozac since I was like 12 or 13, and then all kinds of other different medications. But I'm still on lithium, and it seems to be the only thing that really keeps me like level. Um,
No.
so as long as I'm like properly medicated for mental health, I tend to do okay as
Like
far as
I take Adderall and Percocets for my ADHD and my mental health stuff, and like I had it took me 3 years to get my medicine like that because of my past drug addiction history and stuff. And I had to explain over and over to the doctor, be like, meth calms me down and relaxes me. It doesn't make me hyper and like spazzy. I said, I need something to replace the meth because I said the only reason I was doing the meth was because it was the only thing that could calm me and my ADHD down and help me
so
focus. So I was self medicating after
right.
3 years, and they gave me my Adderall.
That's
But
exactly what we do. Is when we're suffering from mental health issues, we absolutely self-medicate, and that's addicts
yeah,
do that most of the time. Mental health and addiction go hand in hand. Like it's a dual diagnosis usually. So that we're sick in here, and we medicate with drugs to alleviate that, and it just makes it worse, and it perpetuates the cycle.
mm-hmm.
So
Because
when
other people
I
aren't understanding of that. So they attack they all they see is the drug addiction, and they attack the drug addiction, and then that negatively impacts your mental health, and you start tearing yourself further and further down because
Yeah,
they're
and they don't
attacking the
tackle
addiction instead of helping you with your mental health. Whereas if they
mental
just fix the mental health problem and give you some love and attention right at the beginning, your
health.
addiction wouldn't spiral to where it did, like type shit.
Exactly. Yeah, they go hand in hand.
That's why I get so
So
mad when people pick on addicts. Like I don't like.
I
I
get
hate.
angry
I
about that
it's a
too.
trigger. It's a trigger. I don't like to
So,
be triggered like that, but it is. Like I don't like
yeah,
picking on addicts. Like
I don't either. It's a disease, just like any other disease. It
like
has to be
fucking with a
treated.
user, like a user, that's okay. You can fuck with a user all day long. They don't have an addiction. It's not negatively impacting your life. They enjoy getting high. Fuck with them. That's what I mean. That's okay. But an addict,
Yeah,
like a person that's really
recreational.
struggling with an addiction and they have a problem with it, oh no, that is not cool. That's not cool. That just makes you a piece of shit
That
and an
person,
asshole.
that person needs help, not
Yeah,
punishment.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And the law is very slowly catching up with the um the whole, like, if you're an addict and you get in trouble, if you're going willing to better yourself by going into treatment, then the law is slowly catching up with, you know, uh, um, being more lenient on people who are willing to do that kind of stuff. And I think that's important, because
Very important.
treatment treatment should always supersede legal proceedings. Always. Mental health treatment and addiction treatment should always trump um, any kind of legal proceeding. Because if you throw someone in jail or prison who hasn't been through or isn't proper or whose addiction and mental health isn't properly treated, it's just gonna hurt them even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it should be a process, I think. But there's also people who choose not to go that route, and that's fine. But like, I think it should always be an option.
I think the law should just be more subjective. Like things should be based on circumstances and situations and the overall picture, not just the little detail.
Right.
You know what I
I
mean?
think
It's
everything
like,
is
oh,
circumstantial.
I had an empty baggie of an empty drug baggie on the floorboard of my car, but my car was in my driveway at my house. So, that's okay. Whereas if you get stopped and you're in like Walmart parking lot with a baggie on your floor, that may be not so much okay because you're in public and that you type shit.
Yeah, I think every circumstance should be treated differently, and that's why I don't agree with like the mandatory minimum sentences
At all.
and the mandatory sanctions that are imposed on judges and whatnot when people are sentenced.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times the judges don't have a choice. They are forced to rule a certain way when it comes to sentencing because of the mandatory minimum and the the terrible sanctions that are put in place.
Like in my opinion, like drug dealing, like it should not be illegal as long as you're selling to like grown willing adults. Like
I
that's their choice,
wholeheartedly
and it's just
wholeheartedly disagree
another
with
business. But now
you.
if
No, I
it's kids
wholeheartedly
and
disagree.
people that are younger and like they do not know better or they do not have any business doing that type shit, then I mean that should be illegal. Like nobody has
The
any business
problem
selling drugs to kids.
the problem with that is that when you have individual random citizens doing that kind of thing, it's impossible to regulate it, and these people can
Not
just.
really. You don't have individual random citizens doing that. You have to go to a class like everything else and get registered to be a licensed drug dealer.
So that would be government
Yeah.
regulated.
And the
That
government
would
has to
be
make sure that you're actually in the mental headspace to sell drugs to
that would
willing
take
grown individuals. Like,
huge
you know what I mean?
that would take some huge
Not everybody can
legislation.
sell drugs. Like
Huge
like like an addict
legislation.
cannot sell another addict drugs. Like that does not work because two addicts. Like most dealers don't really do the drugs they sell. They might do another drug, but not the one they're
I
selling because
so
competitive.
I would like to address the news that if you want to get off benzos, find a psychiatrist who's willing to taper you off because everyone. That's fine if you want to do that, but I would honestly rather go through medically assisted detox
Yeah,
and get
I'd
because
rather go to the pharmacy every month and get my fucking drugs from the fucking
oh,
pharmacist and fucking go deal with
they
the plug
had
and his bullshit.
Yeah, they had me on.
That's
When they took me off of Ativan, they immediately put me on phenobarbital because
mhm.
when you come off of benzos, you can see you all have seizures. So um, they put me on phenobarbital. They weaned me off of the phenobarbital, and I came off of the benzos, but that was
Phenobarbital. That's like some real like that's like Marilyn Manson back in like the '99 era doing like some real like drugs like type shit like barbiturates, phenobarbital, like all that stuff. Like that's crazy. Those are like drugs that like scare me. Like, and I do drugs.
it's funny because they were giving it to me like 4 times a day, and they're like uh, after the fourth dose, you heard the nurses in the nurses station go, "How is she still awake?" And I'm just like, "You guys have no fucking idea. You have no idea." They're giving me melatonin, and I'm like, I'm just laughing at them. Okay,
Oh
whatever.
yeah. Let
So
me
like,
hide you real drugs. This is nothing.
so at home, I would take a Dilantin, a Vistaril, an Ativan, a Benadryl, and still would not sleep.
Damn.
Tried everything. I tried everything short of K1. And when I can't sleep, I can't sleep. I just
Yeah.
can't.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. And I'll look. I'll sleep sometimes for 2, 3, 4, 5 days at a time. Stay in bed with baby. All I do is wake up, eat, watch TV, go back to sleep. I have days where I get
Yeah.
on here and I'll start streaming or doing my music or writing, and I'll be on here 2, 3 days straight, no sleep, not even notice it. So and like that's no substances like type shit. Like it's like my body just does what it wants sometimes. Sometimes like I want to go to bed. Like I would like to be in bed cuddling with baby, honestly. But my body is
So,
just not gonna do it. I go lay down. I'm gonna toss. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna get cranky. I'm gonna get irritable. I'm gonna end
yeah.
up backbiting. Like I might as well just stay up. Like why fight my
And,
body?
and then you ask exactly what we're talking about. Did you experience akathisia? Yes. I still have severe restlessness to this day. I have to take restless legs. They call it restless leg syndrome, but it's my whole body.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like I'm having a seizure, but I am awake and I know what's going on, but I can't stop my body from tensing up. Because I don't, because I don't have
Dude, I do that with holding my breath. Like if I'm focusing or concentrating on something, like I'll stop breathing, like literally,
a,
and like literally like tense up my whole body and just like freezing like a moment type shit, and it fucking annoys the fuck out of me because I'll catch myself doing that. And I'm like, God damn it.
yeah, that's annoying. But like this akathisia is not. It's involuntary movement. Like you walk back and forth, and you have to. It's like it's the urge to move. You can't not move, and so and it's the worst thing. It's painful because you're always moving. It's painful. You're exhausted. You can't sleep. It's
Yeah,
terrible. It's the worst thing I've ever experienced. Um,
mine's never got
and
that bad, but yeah.
yeah, it's really terrible. So then they wanted to refer me to a specialist and to see if I was getting, developing Parkinson's. So I still have to follow up on that
You
because
might have sleep apnea. Like that's what my wife has. She has sleep apnea.
I do have sleep apnea, and I used a CPAP for a while, and it did help, but I stopped. So I'm trying to get another one to
Yeah,
use.
so she has a CPAP
Um,
thing. I have to do her water and stuff at night before she goes to sleep and stuff. The CPAP thing, I know
Actually,
like
I'm
she
supposed to
stops
use a.
breathing like 60 times in like a minute or something
Yeah,
sometimes.
same. And I have to use a BiPAP because I need oxygen. My O2 drops to like 85 when I'm
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hers
sleeping,
too.
which is really bad. Um, supposed to be 95 and up. So, uh, so yeah, pulmonary came to see me and they said they're probably going to do another lung function test, hopefully. So I'll find out exactly what my lung capacity is. I'm hoping. Uh, I'm actually kind of considering doing the surgery, the one that I told you about. That's really, really, really crazy. So I don't know. It depends.
Hmm.
But
One door for the fake, one door for the snakes, one door for the wicked, and we hold one door for you.
What are you doing over there, Freddy boy?
Just chilling.
There's a whole lot of noise for just chilling.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a little tired, I guess. Laying down a second.
Oh yeah.
I see. And 12? Okay. I
I'm
was
writing.
lucky. The anesthesia finally went away. Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad your anesthesia went away because mine, it's just getting worse. And nothing helps except for the mirror pack. And then obviously think about and hope it
What is acathesia? What is acathesia?
you involuntarily move your whole body and you
Oh,
walk
that's
back
what you
and
were talking about? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
forth. It's terrible.
Using this word.
It's really terrible.
Like hikers are slowly tapering the blah blah blah.
So,
Yeah.
you, I don't know.
Like I think about it sometimes. I don't have any like serious like medical problems like at this point. Like, and I've done like a lot of like recreational drugs like in my younger years, right? I worry like in the back of my mind it nags at me. It's like when I there's gonna be a point in time in my life where like all this catches up to my body and like what's gonna happen then? Like what? Because I mean from the time I was 13 until I was like 40, like I did hard drugs, right? So like what kind of negative impact is that going to have on my life, and at what point is it going to just sneak up out of nowhere type shit, like,
That's a legit
you know?
concern.
So
You,
I worry about
you
that.
may not, you might not feel any effect, because
If I do, I'm relapsing. I'm going first back spasm I get, I'm relapsing.
my, my mom, my mom did crank weed a lot
Yeah.
before I was born, and then during my childhood, I watched my mom doing it a lot. And she paid for it. Her heart, she started having heart problems at like 40. So it just depends. It really just depends.
Mm-hmm. You know.
What up, Guerrero in the chat? All extra slept maybe an hour a day was horrible. How can you go on an hour of sleep a day? Damn.
I get like maybe 10 hours a week.
Yeah, I was gonna say I sleep like 3 4 hours a day. That's it. Like it's the most.
No, there's
Like I'll
days I
lay
don't
down,
sleep.
sleep, and like I'll wake up fully refreshed, like fully refreshed. Went to bed at 6 in the morning, woke up at like 11 in the afternoon, 1 in the afternoon type shit, and I'm like fully rested, ready to go.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
2 3 days without sleep without no drugs. And
yeah.
when I was a yeah, one time, I fell asleep and I woke up and I felt pretty good and I was like, how long was I asleep? He goes, 6 minutes. I was like, what?
Thanks,
I was,
thanks.
I
I
was
believe
up
it. I
for
believe
like
it. Yep,
3 days after that. Like, holy
yep,
man,
yep.
what the?
And at this point in my life, I like love it, right? Because like the vibe and the energy and the direction in which I go for myself, like when I have those moments, I enjoy like, and I don't have the negative impacts of like back in the day I used to have to get high and do drugs to get these kind of feelings, and now like I just wake up with them out of nowhere randomly. It's like a surprise type shit. Like you know what I mean? Like, cause I enjoy like staying up and like focusing, like doing stuff and like you know losing track of time like that. Like
Oh, shit. What up to the 3 people watching? We'll have Guerrero in the chat. I don't know whoever else is watching.
This is for all the gang stalkers out there that are watching. You thought you could manage us? Cute. Like putting a leash on a storm. These so-called handlers? Meat suits with titles. Government rats. Secret orders. Cults cloaked in false purposes.
Yes. Are you human? Negative. I am human.
Negative.
Popsicle.
Negative Ghost Rider.
I am human.
Popsicle.
Oh, check it out. So I watched the new Crow, and it was like I almost abandoned it like the first half because the first half was so boring. But then the second half kicked off and it was whoa, so amazing.
Was it along?
Um,
Was it the same storyline as the original, or was it a different like storyline, or was it still like the Eric Draven story?
very different. Same concept, very different plots.
Okay, cool.
And what was that kid? Some Skarsgård kid played the Crow, and he did really well. Um, and but yeah, the first half was very slow going. But then, the second half, it really picked up. So, great,
I
great,
never get
great.
past the first half.
Definitely watch it.
What's it streaming on? What did you watch it on?
I think it was like Stars or Tubi, Pluto or something.
Oh yeah. I think we've tried to watch it a couple times, but I think I fell asleep during the first half of it, like type thing. It like
Yeah,
I know I haven't seen it.
I complained for an hour solid. This is crap, and then boom. And that's what made me think of it because there's a scene in the movie which is that's very Fifth Element, very Fifth Element, and I really like
Huh. Oh yeah.
Fifth Element is
Uh,
a
I
super
found
underrated movie.
I found a spell to get someone to leave you the fuck alone. All you need is salt. You take
Or
salt
you could not
and you throw it
shower.
at your intended target and say, "Stay the fuck away from me." And if it doesn't work the first time, just repeat it and aim for their eyes.
I mean, or you could just not shower.
You can just
Well,
what? Jack off. I'm not jacking off for nobody. That's monetized
what
content
is
right
your
there.
brain at? Oh my god. Oh, I have to pee. I need to use the toilet.
My mind stays in the gutter. It stays in the gutter.
I need to use the restroom, please.
Like when I was originally trying to come up with my artist name, right? My artist name and my branding idea, I was gonna go with the whole GG thing, gutter goth, for my name, but I ended up going with the cryptic because it fit me better. And there's too many people out there
Yeah,
named GG.
I think the name is something else. I like Dead Signal Studios. I think that's pretty cool.
You like what?
The Dead Signal name. I think that's pretty
Oh, hell yeah! Thank you. The whole Dead Signals is would be like the studio and the company, and then like one of the off series I have is like Dead Signal-LIVEwire, which is like Hex Transmissions and Curse Broadcast. So like that's where I do like all my stories and my writing and stuff.
That's very cool.
Like I have it's a matter of like getting the content and then generating it and then like putting it all together was like a process, but I'm slowly getting there.
So
I
I
think things
had
are coming together a little bit better.
I was thinking that don't you think that Head and Shoulders would have made a lot of money if they had made a body wash called Knees and Toes?
How do you go to the bathroom? Do you
I don't know if we would call it elbows and knees.
Well, Head and Shoulders, Knees and
Toes. Head and
Toes.
shoulders. Oh yeah, knees and toes. Okay, I guess that does make sense. Yeah.
I have another idea.
Oh, I don't know what fucking mindset you were in when you went down that rabbit hole.
My other idea is to open up a bakery, a pie shop, and to call it, the name of it would be the symbol for pie. And then every slice of pie would be $3.14 with tax. And we would bake specialty pies in the shape of the pie symbol, or you just get regular pie. So that was my kitchen idea.
Like, how come like you don't like generate like pieces and components for like this pie company like later and like down the road like in your free time, like so that way you like visualize it and manifest it and bring it into reality instead of just wishing you had a bakery. Like start like collecting little recipes for different pies, start like making little like names for your restaurant or your bakery, like start and putting them in a folder and like saving these things and collecting them, right, this content as you build it, so that way like 10 years from now you'll have manifested in your mind and you'll brought into reality the fact that you have a fucking bakery now and you need, content like that, like flyers and like ideas, and like you already have all that shit generated because you were saving it up in your
That's not
free
a bad
time, you
idea.
know?
I think I'm gonna do that. And then I also had an idea for a pho shop, like a pho restaurant, and I'd call it What the Pho. And that would be, I
Fuck
thought
yeah.
that's
I wanted to start a strip club, a fat girl strip club where you had to be at least 220 pounds to be a stripper there, and it was going to be called Plumpers. Yeah.
Plumpers, Plumpers Gentlemen's Club.
Plumpers.
Plumpers.
All the dancers there are at least 200 pounds, 220 pounds or bigger. If you're under 220, you can't even work at the bar. You can't even serve drinks at this place.
Wow. Oh, I sure qualify.
Oh yeah, you're in there. You're in there. You'd be like main stage, like right there in the front, like right there in the front. Wait,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I weigh like 240 pounds. Yeah.
Are you able to?
I say these things jokingly. I say these things jokingly.
Dude, you're cool. I was in a video called Fupa. I don't care.
Oh, we love the fupa. We love the fupa.
Yeah.
If you don't have a fat upper pussy area, you ain't working with nothing. Save that. I should start closing some of these.
What is going on for viewers?
Oh.
I'll be right back, you guys. I gotta use the restroom.
Hang on,
All
what?
right.
You're lucky you're not blue. I'd follow you in there and hold it for you.
Okay.
Just when you think things couldn't get any weirder, here I come, making shit weird. Let's go.
Let's get weird.
Let's get weird. I bet I can out freak your freak.
Are we having a freak off? Yeah, fucking that's just crazy though. The Diddy trial, like when they hurried up and had Cassie testify like first because she's about to give birth any day soon.
Oh shit.
So before she had her kid and had to nurse her kid and stuff, they had her testify at the Diddy trial. And like she said how like Diddy wanted the male sex worker that she had to fuck to piss in her mouth, and she would be like gagging on piss.
But like, if
Getting
that's what
peed
he
on
was
and
into
shit.
and it was consensual, if it was consensual, it doesn't matter. Like, and this is what I think. He had so much money. There's no telling what went down like behind the scenes that we don't know about. To where he might have given this bitch like, here, look, here's $25,000. Let me do this really weird pee in your mouth type shit. And she was like, sure, why not? It's $25,000. And then years later, she gets fucked up about it, feels some type of way, and then she wants to press charges. That's a possibility. Like that could be the way it went down. You know what I mean? Like that's what
I
they did
don't
to Marilyn
know.
Manson.
Well, the fact is he beat her too.
Allegedly. Like,
Well, we have video evidence of that hotel incident. That's only one of the times. Like he beat her up all the time and shit.
I don't know about. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
saw
can't
the
vouch
video.
for that.
There's video of him doing that.
He runs down the hallway in a towel, in nothing but a towel. Grabs her, throws her to the ground, kicks her.
Drags her off. Yeah.
But can you imagine? Like, can you imagine having that kind of money and that kind of like power and like access? Like, there's no telling where your mind and your life, like what direction you would have gone in, like that, like, you know what I mean? Because like your ego gets built up, you got people around you building your, like, your head up, filling your head up, making you think that you're more than what you are, so you end up, and then eventually, like, you know, that shit comes to a head and like you lash out, like, type shit, you know what I mean? So I mean, it's product in the environment type stuff. I mean,
That gets into the whole nature versus nurture conversation.
this is typical celebrity behavior. They do it all the time. I don't see what makes Diddy so special out of all of them. They all be doing this. I was hanging out with Lindsay Lohan last week doing cocaine with Paris Hilton.
784 dildos.
One
and
at a
over a
time.
thousand and over 1,000 bottles of lube.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Turn that motherfucker into a slip and slide. Get it.
A slip and slide of baby oil. An Afterglide.
Hey, you ever taken a fat girl and like lubed her all the way up and then all the way down with some Astroglide and then just like rolled all over her? No telling
Hell yeah.
what you're gonna fall into. That is a good time. I talk so much shit. I say all this stuff, and like I used to be able to like back it up. Like I was like a freak when I was younger. Like now like I'm like 43, right? Like, I have periods like where I cut my wife off from sex for like 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time. Sometimes I just, you know, can't have nothing to do with that for right now because it stifles my creative flow type shit. She gets pissed. She usually gets pissy about week 3, week 4. Like, you're gonna give me some fucking dick one way or another. I'd be like, you're gonna have to take it from me, bitch. She does. She beats me up, takes it. I have no choice. She almost beat me up and made me take a shower last night, all bullshit aside. But I managed to narrowly bypass that one. She thinks just because she wears the pants around here, she runs some shit. Fact of the matter is, I may wear the skirt, but I run this house. She just pays for it. That is true though. That is some true type shit though. Like, cause like if I don't, when she was working all the time, right? Like if I didn't maintain the house and the vibe and like the environment at the house, when she got home from work, she would be all fucking cranky and pissy and just weird and sideways, and we would have issues. Like if I would like, let's say I had one of my friends just come over randomly in the course of the day, and we'd sit here and smoke weed until she got home, right? She'd get home and she'd be weirded out, and then she'd get cranky, and then things would go weird, like it'd be not good. Whereas, like, if I would like stay home and like have my friend leave at a responsible time, so when my wife got home, it was a comfortable environment for her to get home to, and like the house was clean and like that kind of thing, she'd be in a lot better mood. So like maintaining a home and a household environment for your spouse is a full time job. All bullshit aside, just saying.
It really is.
Are you
Whether you have kids or not,
triangle to go back?
maintaining a home, being a homemaker, it's a job.
Mm.
Go for it. And bring it
I did it
over here.
when I was married for the first time. I I
I
stayed
I
home,
hate cleaning.
but I
Cleaning
only did it.
sucks.
I didn't do it for that long because yeah, I prefer to go out and work. I've had a job like I worked from the time I was just barely 16 until I retired and I was like what 35 or something.
Sorry.
And so yeah, I worked. Always had a job. Um,
Gonna get
I
everything you want.
preferred to work. So,
I mean, I've always like made money in some type of way. Like, I mean, I make money now, right? But like, I've never worked per se, right? Like, even now, like I sell some of my music, I sell some of my lyrics, I sell some of my instrumentals, I sell different things that I do online, right? I do every so often I'll get a wild hair at my ass and like I'll go get a fast food job for a couple of months or something, and then I'll be over it. Uh, I mean, but I mean, I still get my royalties checks and stuff. Like I still have outside income sources coming. Like if I need money, like I'll go mow one of my neighbors' yards type shit. Like I always have something going to generate income, but very rarely is it like anything on paper. Like,
Okay.
well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I uh I worked in loss prevention for Publix Supermarkets corporate division for like 8 years, 8.5 years, and I invested in my 401k that whole time. Well, part of that time when I was eligible to. And when I retired from there, I took my 401k and split. So, and then I got on disability because I got sick.
hmm.
So that really sucked because I was so used to going out and working. I went through a really huge horrible depression. But it's okay. So yeah, if I need to generate income, like I make money on Twitch, so I just go on there,
I
or
don't know how to do the Twitch thing.
it's really easy. It's just like this. You just
I mean, I have the no. I meant set it up to where like the Twitch account generates a monetization for you type
well,
thing. Like I have a Twitch
yeah.
account, I just don't know how to set it up, kind of thing, to where it
So you have to
generates.
meet three qualifications. You have to get 50 followers. You have to reach 3.2 or 3.5% viewing for a certain amount of time in a row. You have to broadcast for a certain number of hours in a row. And I think there might be one more. There might be four qualifications. But yeah, then you make affiliate, and then you are eligible. Then you will make money. But it's not that hard to do. I made affiliate within like 3 months of joining Twitch.
My other issue is like when I started okay, so I got sober in 2020. I started doing music because it would give me something to focus on and calm me down and keep my mind off of drugs, right? So that was my crutch. So I'd sit here and I'd do different things. I learned how to like take music and like break it down and like put it back together. And I learned how to make my own beats and I learned how to do my own lyrics and I learned how to do this and I learned how to do that. And I would save everything like while I was doing it. Well, after like 4 years, like I had a considerable amount of stuff built up, and I was like, okay, so maybe now I should take this stuff and like start putting it together on social media. So I got on TikTok about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, and I started putting my content, posting it and stuff because different friends of mine were like, oh, that's cool, you should share that shit. And I was like, all right, whatever. I thought it was gay and lame, but whatever, I'll post it. So I was like, well, I can only focus on like so many things. I was like, so let's focus on 5 social media platforms. So I went with Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, and Instagram. Anything outside of those 5, I usually won't apply for very much because I'm already focusing on these 5 groups. But I'm thinking about getting rid of like 1 or 2 of them because I don't like it. I don't use Instagram. I don't really like Instagram that much. I'd rather use Facebook or something else, you know? So maybe I'll like stop doing
I
Instagram and
like
start doing like
Instagram.
Twitch.
Instagram has been super easy for me to get followers on for some reason. So Instagram
It
and
is.
TikTok. Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, I was at 800 and something. Now I'm at like 799.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard for me to get followers on TikTok. I got a lot of followers on TikTok, but everybody on TikTok is so thirsty and like hungry for instant gratification and like instant attention and like instant this, and they're so fake in my opinion. Like
I
they,
don't.
it's not a bad thing. It's just I can't gain any traction there because I start throwing out red flags.
I don't mind that. Like, and it's easy to get followers on there too. Like, I have probably 730 followers on TikTok,
I
and
got like 10,000 on TikTok.
I've only been on TikTok like in the first like probably 3 weeks. I had like 400 followers. It
Oh,
was
that's pretty
really
good then.
easy.
That's not bad.
Yeah, like it was super easy, and then monetization was really easy. Monetization on YouTube is really difficult.
Wow, no
It's super
more.
difficult.
I like look at like TikTok like it's the target audience, it's your fan base and like your target audience type shit like not really like your content creators and your producers and like things like that, like your content creators, your producers, your podcast, those are all going to be people that are on YouTube, like in my opinion, right? So when I'm on TikTok lives, like it's hard to strike up a conversation with people because they don't necessarily understand the producer side of things, the perspectives, like different content creation things, like so they have no idea what you're talking about, or they don't relate, so like they don't stick around type shit. So I like YouTube for like that fact.
What up, 5 viewers?
Like my biggest issue the first year or so of social media was like meeting people that would say that they were content creators, and then you would get them into a chat room, or they would get you into a private chat, and you find out that they have no talent whatsoever. They just say that they're content creators so that way they can get DMs and booty calls and type shit, and it's like, that's not what I'm here for. You're gaslighting me. I know I'm not that attractive. What are you talking about? No, I will not send you a fucking Walmart card. What is wrong with you? I don't know. I just met you. What do you mean you want me to send you a $100 Walmart card? Who asked somebody they just meet for this kind of shit? Like type shit. But slowly we're weeding past them. Slowly we're getting past them. I've met a lot of really talented like creators and stuff like on social media, like so. Like you guys.
I'm hungry.
Well, what time is it? Oh, no fucking shit. 11:44. Blue, I don't know how long I've been on here fucking with you, but I gotta get off of here for a little bit. I gotta go make lunch for myself and my wife, and I gotta change gears or something. Otherwise, I'll be stuck here all day fucking with you.
I feel you there. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go ahead and end this one anyways.
Oh, yeah. Mistress, it was nice hanging out with you. Blue, thank you for letting me up here run my mouth for a couple hours.
You too, dear.
Thank you for being on, both of you. Lady Mistress, I'll text you.
Bye, mistress. Stay home. Stay dangerous. Get better or something. Later, dude.
See ya.
Death can occur at any time, at any given moment, on any day. And when it does, you personally will meet the wraith. Face to face. Join us for the race exhibit of Shangri-La. November 5th. It's the arrival of the mighty 6th Joker's card. Is it the end of the world? Yes, it is the end of the world. And it's also the beginning of a brand new, solid Juggalo world for us all to enjoy. We'll never die alone. Juggalos will carry on. Swing our hatchets if we must. Each and every one of us. We'll never die alone. Juggalos will carry on.